Hi y'all, thanks for stopping by. I'm Robin. Listen, I'm gonna tell you in this video about 6 dating apps that I have actually been on myself and what my experience was with each one. All right. Please like this video if you would like to see updates on my dating shenanigans that happen every week. I do weekly updates, usually on Wednesdays and Sundays. So please subscribe or like the video, and I'll know that you would like to see those updates. Okay, first one is Plenty of Fish. It's free, so there are a lot of scammers on there. I connected with 22 people in a month, and basically when I say connected, I mean they messaged me or I messaged them or we chatted on the phone or we met in person. All right, and all these are for a month. I usually go on and sign up for a dating app for a month. I don't feel like I want to pay for, like 6 months or a year ahead of time because you don't know what you're going to find. I just pay the extra $10 for a month of each dating app and try it out. All right, so Plenty of Fish. The free ones have the most scammers. Ugh, Plenty of Fish was awful. I connected with 22 members on Plenty of Fish, and that doesn't count all of the scammers. I met in person with one in a month, and his profile did not match his personality when we met. We met for dinner, and it wasn't a fancy place. I mean, jeans and t-shirt. Oh my, he was so dirty. I mean, dirty, filthy, muddy. Like just mud, like he'd crawled through the mud. Like he hadn't washed his clothes in weeks, hadn't washed his hair in weeks. Which, listen, I rarely look that bad. But I mean, for a first date, and every other word, I'm not kidding you, was the F word. I'm not kidding you. I remember because I actually said something to him. I said, could you please try not to cuss so much? I cuss once in a while. I'm no saint. But he used the F word the way a lot of folks use like these days. They put like in between words. But he used the F word. I'm not kidding, like every other word. So that didn't work out. Plenty of Fish. That was not a good connection. Facebook dating is just weird. Had a guy, his profile said he was looking for big titty grannies, which I am, but Lord, I am not gonna message anybody that puts that on their profile, what they're looking for. Now, there were a lot of scammers on Facebook too, because it's free. Tons of them, but you can weed through those if you want. If you just want to see profiles and kind of get a feel for who's on a dating site, most of these have a free membership, but if you're going to be serious, I would pay the money for the membership on whichever one you decide that you want to go on. All right. So Facebook dating, I connected with 9 members in a month, and I met 3 in person, and there wasn't anything wrong with them or me. It was a chemistry thing, and when you meet, that's why you meet people. I mean, you go through the whole process. You message, you chat on the phone, you meet in person, and you see if there's chemistry. And the 3 I met on Facebook, from Facebook dating in person, we just didn't click. We just didn't have chemistry. They were all nice guys, but it just wasn't somebody that we all knew it wasn't going to be a long-term thing. So, and then Match.com, they have a free membership too. They have the largest pool of members. They're worldwide. They have a lot of local members. Be careful about the scammers too. I connected with 32 members on Match.com. I met one in person, and we actually got to a second date. And here's what happened with him. It's nothing bad. But here's what happened. I usually put as my distance that I'll go 60 miles, right? Because I'm willing to relocate, but only about an hour away from my family. So, but we met, and the second day, we just talked about it, and we decided it was just too far because, you want to go to a movie, or hey, let's go out to dinner, or, hey, whatever, my car won't start, can you come help me, whatever. And it was just too far. So that didn't work out. Match.com probably wouldn't be a bad bet, just be careful of scammers. Okay, Our Time, you have to be 50 years old or older to be on Our Time. And I liked that because I'm 63 and I didn't have 20-year-olds messaging me. I connected with 11 members on Our Time, and I met with 2 in person. And the thing with Our Time, because it's older members, both of these guys, their wives have passed away. And I make sure if I date someone whose wife has passed away, that it's been at least a year. Now, one of them, it was a little over a year since she'd passed, and the other one was 3 years. But both of them, after we met for dinner, decided they weren't ready to date. So, I mean, I can't fault them for that. I appreciated them being honest. And to be perfectly honest with you, I have trouble dating men whose wife has passed away. I haven't figured that out yet. I try to be so respectful. I'll do a video when I figure that out. All right. So then the 5th one is Zoosk. Zoosk, I met up with one man. I connected with 12. It seems like there's more local members on Zoosk, but not as many as the others. So you have fewer matches. I met one man, and to be honest, I don't even remember him. I don't even remember. I don't remember why we never saw each other again, but it is what it is. All right, last one. And this one, there's a shocker. This is the one, it's the best and the worst. I would recommend it. Hey, please comment if you've been on any of these dating sites, will you? I'd like to know what your experience is with each one. All right, so eHarmony, it's the most expensive of everything. It's $60 a month, and you'll get a lot fewer connections because they have this huge questionnaire that members have to fill out. And it's not just, what's your favorite color or where'd you go to high school. These are thought-provoking questions. I mean, it'll take you a good hour, maybe 2, to fill it out right, to do it right. So anybody who's a member on eHarmony is looking for a very serious relationship because they're putting out $60 and they're filling out this questionnaire. So that means you'll get a lot fewer connections. So in a month, I got 2 connections. One I met in person. And here's what. We clicked the first day. It was like we'd known each other our whole lives. I mean, it was just, it's one of those love at first sight kind of things. Fast forward, I think it was maybe six or 8 months later, and we moved in together. We lived together for years. Lived together. I came home, and here's the shocker. I came home, and by the way, there's no way, I mean, you try and find the red flags, as you're looking at their profile, you look for red flags when you're chatting with them on the phone, you look for red flags when you meet them. We'd lived together, and this isn't something that I ask about. I do now, not something I asked about back then. So I came home, there was a note, everything of his was gone, And basically, the shocker is he was in love with another woman the entire time we were together. Here's what happened. Uh, she had broken up with him. They had lived together, and he didn't tell me. He conveniently forgot to tell me that he had lived with someone just before me. Well, she had broken up with him, and it was only a couple weeks after they had broken up, and he'd gone on eHarmony, and we'd met like a day after he'd been on eHarmony. Well, we clicked, we moved in together, lived together for years. I came home, there was a note. The note said he saw her in a grocery store that morning, the day he left me. He saw her in a grocery store, they started chatting. She was single. He told her that he was single. I mean, we weren't married, but he was living with me. We were committed. I guess committed is different than single. Not in my book, but he put in a note that he told her that he was single. He said he'd loved her the entire time that he and I were together, and he took his stuff and moved out. So there you have it. That's the scoop on 6 dating apps that I've been on. My experiences, the good, bad, the ugly. My advice, figure out what the cost is for each one. Maybe try the free ones and just kind of see what kind of members are on there. And then pay for a month on one. Again, just look at the cost and see what you can afford. And be safe. Be safe. Watch my video on being safe and the red flags. Okay, I have a lot of videos about dating. It's a dating site, a dating channel. My channel is called Dating Over 50 with Robin, and I'm Robin. So nice to meet you. If you're new, thanks for coming back. If you've been here before and subscribed, so please subscribe. And I appreciate y'all watching. And happy hunting.